And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day serving as your consumer advocate. It's all about helping you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, our radio and TV show family out there. We don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We want to help you win, help you make you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's our goal. Think of this show as your consumer advocate and all those different decisions that you have. I want to be the quarterback on your team, that super connector that can connect you to over 50 show partners that we have, expert contributors, 80 different categories of consumer advocate content and advice, ways to be your consumer advocate here. So check out our website, consumerqb.com. You can find a plethora of information on our website at consumerqb.com. Also, bookmark the website. Save our hotline number in your phone, 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline number, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
And we are in studio here, South Tampa. Got an event coming up January 8th. Save the date, Wednesday, January 8th. The location is to be determined, but we're doing a big event benefiting the Wounded Warriors. And Ken Shamrock's going to be in town, UFC Hall of Famer, WWF legend, wrestler as well, and WWE legend. And also now he launched bare knuckle fighting coming to Kissimmee, coming to the Kissimmee area, Orlando area on the 11th. We're going to be going to that. It's going to be a fun time. Also, Tampa's own Antonio Tarver, 5-time world champion boxing legend here as well, going to be at this event. So save that date, Wednesday, January 8th. Quarterback Productions is putting on that event. The location is to be determined. We think it's going to be in Clearwater. We're going to lock that up here in the next couple of days. So save the date. Going to be a fun time. And we are back here in studio. Our goal is to help you win. We got a great lineup for you today. We're expecting a phone call from Clyde Smith from the Bilmar Beach Resort. But in studio, we got Tina Russell, Envisionit Home Staging. Welcome in.
Thank you, Brandon. It's always a pleasure being on your show, so we're excited to be here.
Hey, my pleasure. And Jessica Russell as well, Gifted Eye Design. Welcome in.
Yeah, thank you. I can't wait to just be on the show and talk more about what we have to offer.
Yeah, good stuff. We're going to talk about some real estate, talk about the VRBOs, some of those vacation rentals, and of course, real estate. If you're selling real estate, we'd love to talk to you. Of course, buying, selling, or investing, that's what we do. My wife and I own our team at Keller Realty, and we want to help you if you're buying, selling, or investing in real estate. So we've got some hot property listings here. I want to let you know about this property that we have on Mandalay Avenue in Clearwater Beach. This is a gorgeous home, $699,000 on the beach, 200 steps from the sugar sand beaches of the #1 beach in the world. That's Clearwater Beach. And it's literally just an awesome opportunity to own the real estate. Now, $699,000 just reduced as well. $699,000 priced below the comparables. This property comps out in the $750 range, priced at $699,000. Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach, and a hot listing from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. Also, 216 North Spring Boulevard in Tarpon Springs. This is a gorgeous 2-story home. You've got upgrades throughout, beautiful flooring, and check out the beautiful photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks as well. 216 North Spring Boulevard, Tarpon Springs. Updated kitchen, beautiful property here. Pool, there's room in the backyard for a pool. There's not a pool existing, but you do have a huge area downstairs. There's beautiful. The area downstairs that you have for, could be a home-based business, office, and you can park your boat in the front yard. And check out the beautiful photography there. Compliments of Fabre Frameworks. Check out all of our listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All right, let's jump right into it. We've got Tina Russell in the house, Envisionit Home Staging, talking about the ways that folks can utilize your services to shorten the days on the market, sell their properties faster for more money, and then also talk about vacation rental properties today.
Yeah, in fact, that one that you were just talking about, I'm looking at it going, that's a absolute potential for a VRBO. Clearwater Beach is the #1 beach rated in our nation, and I tell you what, you easily could turn that into a vacation rental. And, what people don't realize on that, they kind of get a little bit frightened to step into that if they have never, owned a property, an investment property, or, but the reality is that, here in Clearwater, anywhere throughout Tampa Bay, South Tampa, it has great potential, for those online bookings. And we deal with vacation rental owners, and I tell you what, they're having great success.
Great time of year for
Yeah.
it. This is
Yeah.
definitely a great market for it. We're consistently
Absolutely.
seeing Tampa Bay in the tops out of its division, so to speak, when it comes to those vacation style areas that you can vacation to.
Just like the one that you just showed again, in Clearwater. Instead of just thinking about it on a typical mortgage, and you got to pay the mortgage, and this is what it's going to cost, even though the mortgage rates are down, and it's great if you would like to obviously have owner occupied. But if you're looking at potentially expanding your portfolio, then that would be a great buy. Just for an example, a house like that easily could rent for $200 minimum a night, and you put a minimum of rental days on there, and already you're looking at a maximum easily you could make off from that house $6,000 a month, depending on the obviously the season of the year as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you be careful too. You got to check your local municipalities. Sometimes you have rules that are saying, "Oh, you can't do a weekend rental. You got to have a 2-week rental."
Absolutely.
There's different variations.
You got to do your legwork.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Each county, each city, municipality is going to have their different rules and regs
Right.
for those types of things. But in general, we're seeing it more and more accepted.
Yeah, and if it's not, you can actually request it. Request that your property be able to do so.
Yeah.
So even though if you're looking at a property and they're, right now it's stating that you cannot, you can always go and find out and ask. So I have also come across that dealing with clients as well. So, but yeah, I'm excited about the vacation rentals. We've done a few condos in the area. He has a few picks, and this one is actually a condo in the South Tampa area where, the vibe is a little bit different. I like to say that a lot, down in South Tampa, it's a little bit different. People don't necessarily go to the coastline when they come to Florida. They like that vibe in South Tampa, maybe for events, maybe coming on business. And this is just a really nice setup here, because when people book online, they want to, also go into a place where the furniture is trendy. It goes with the character, where they're visiting, etc. And so that's where we come in, and we can also design and, set up their condos or their VRBOs. And this is one also on the coast that you see that, again, when we, go online, we want to book online those properties where, we're going to experience the fullness of why we are traveling there. And so that's why I find it very important to make sure that, you have the latest trends in your property. If you're looking for an investment property, that you make sure that you have furniture or the furniture in there as well, so that it will increase your online booking, performance, and, obviously, get great reviews.
I love that view right there
yeah.
through the sliders. You got the waterway right there.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Because I want to talk about that because, just recently, even a year ago, Brandon,
Yep.
I was looking online for just a vacation rental right on the beach, just for some private time, just me, myself, and I.
Yep.
Needed to get away. And so the pictures, I thought, yeah, this looks great. And it looked, similar to that. And I thought, this is great. This is what I want. I go there, and find the room, etc. They give me my key. I walk into the property, and it is absolutely nothing like what the picture said.
Oh, my goodness.
And of course, dealing with somebody who home stage for a living.
Yeah.
I went back down. I complained. I said, this is no way. This is deception. This is not what, I booked online. And so what I found out in that particular, property is that it was individually owned. It was a huge complex, individually owned. And so the owner, had the old furniture, like I'd like to say the Golden Girls look. And I thought, you know what? No. Can I give you my card? Because now that person who, bought this condo thinking that they're going to make money online, we're not educated to, hey, you know what? You need to go in and you need to make sure that you upgrade your furniture, and redo your walls, etc. So I give them the card, and that's how I started getting into the VRBOs, because it's very important, because they lost a booking, with me. So how many times did they lose the booking, but their next door neighbor is making money? So it's very important, if you're looking into investment property, that you also, upgrade inside and out.
Yeah, and Envisionithomestaging.com is the website, Envisionithomestaging.com. And yeah, more from Tina coming up here in the show, as well as we've got Jessica Russell here in studio as well. And we have a feel-good story of the day coming at you as well. Clyde Smith is on the line. We're going to go to a quick break and then come back to Clyde Smith here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, General Manager of the Bilmar Beach Resort. Find out what's been happening down there. And you got the standing ovations in town, some awesome stuff happening. And also Richard Sherman surprises middle school with check to clear all student lunch debt in our feel-good story of the day. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to ConsumerQB.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Danzo Star.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week of 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore.
To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and saved them.
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left-hand white, and then they catch the left-hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
As your super connector, we want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. I've got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step Image. I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
You're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And my wife and I were just featured in Real Producers Magazine, another magazine interview that we've done recently. And real excited about that. A lot of cool things happening around the brokerage. But we've got the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And they did an awesome spread on us, talking about a lot about how we give back to the community, local community, supporting Children's Cancer Center, Work Done Charities as well. We just did a TV show with Work Done and Work Done Charities, the American Dream television show. It's already gotten close to 20,000 views on Facebook last time I checked. Right. And that was awesome. Fun. That was a cool time out there visiting with Warwick. And I was watching a TV show the other day, or one of the movie or the football programs. And it showed a special. I think it was the Atlanta Falcons game because he's a part owner in the Falcons. But just like that same week, he had did his 174th home presentation. Wow. So that's pretty cool. So just one after another.
What a blessing.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Super awesome guy and one of the coolest, former NFL players to really, give back. And he was a winner of the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. So yeah, that was a cool day there. If you're watching our TV show version, you can see the picture scrolling across now of the screen. There's Mike from Habitat for Humanity, Warwick Dunn, the crowd on looking as well, the big American flag, and then there's Warwick and I at the front of the home there. So yeah, it was a fun time. Had a great opportunity to be involved with Work Done Charities here on a local level for many years. About 6 years ago, I was a part of one in Dade City as well. So really cool stuff happening here around the Consumer Quarterback Show. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort. The official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Bilmar Beach Resort on beautiful Gulf Boulevard in Treasure Island. And it's filled with fantastic and generous amenities to make your vacation that much more special. And the Bilmar Beach Resort has been one of the most sought-after destinations in the Treasure Island area for many years. So whether you're planning a quick business trip and you want to add a little beachside pleasure to family on long weekend getaways, every guest has a vast list of full amenities as well. 90% of the rooms have beach-facing views, ocean views here, Gulf views of the beautiful Gulf of Mexico here. Bilmar Beach Resort. And speaking of the Bilmar Beach Resort, we've got Clyde Smith. He's the general manager. We got him on the phone calling in with a beach update.
Hey, Brandon. Great to be talking to you from over here on Treasure Island. How's everyone doing today?
Yes, sir. Everybody's great here, and maybe not quite as great as you because you're looking at those beautiful beach views on
That's true,
the
and
beach there.
Still looking at the sand sculptures, which are up. I know you came by over the weekend, got to see the amazing pieces of art they were working on, and they finished up on that Saturday. It was the most successful standing ovations in the 11-year history.
Wow. Standing ovations. Yeah, I bumped into an old, somewhat friend. He had a booth out there. He does the apparel. The Hunter Skipper, he does some pretty cool shirts over there.
We had 130 booths out there this year, and the neat thing, Vito, that's on our committee, makes sure that no two booths sell the same thing, which is a feat within itself.
Yeah.
And so you have that going on. We had a Pirate Flag playing, Tobacco Road, some wonderful bands that took us through the weekend, and then even actually had a full Beatles show on the Sunday. But the great part for anyone that's going to listen now is we keep the sculptures up until New Year's. So they, you want to see them sooner than later, just because nature does take its course with sand and water. But they're still beautiful. I just walked them this weekend with my family, and they're still looking great.
Yeah, that's super awesome. If you haven't seen that, it's standing ovations. I mean, how do we describe it over the phone, Clyde? It's essentially these huge sand castles and just designs.
Yeah, it is. It's 10 sculptures from 8 different countries, and each of them get a 20,000-pound pile of sand, and it's just a mound, and then they have to take them and physically put them into wooden molds. The winner, actually, his went up over 14 feet high, and so he was up there, 2 stories high, shoveling into this little mold, and then they peel them away slowly and carve so intricate. It's just amazing. They do balls, they do... it was just amazing, the final product. And you also have the sponsor pile that, Corona and St. Pete Clearwater, they do that. That's another 15-foot high pile, but it's massive. I want to say it's 50,000 tons of sand. Wow. And they carve that. They spend a whole week carving all the many sponsors of people that make this successful and keep it a free event. It's even now you walk out on the beach and all the flags are still up representing the country, and it's just a free event on one of the largest beaches in the state of Florida.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Absolutely. Consistently voted one of the top beaches. Of course, we talk about St. Petersburg Beach, Treasure Island, Clearwater. The entire Gulf Coast. We got 40,000 miles of beaches here in the Tampa Tampa Bay area. Such a great place to hang out. And when we talk about the Bilmar Beach Resort, 90% of the rooms are overlooking the Gulf of Mexico. Is that right?
They sure do, and 2/3 of those have kitchenettes in them and balconies. So it's every room just has a great view of that famous sunset that we're known for, and some have a first floor. You just slide your glass door open and step right out onto the sand where we have the fire pits and the Adirondack chairs, and usually some music playing at one of the two restaurants. Of course, we have Sloppy Joe's on the beach, our famous restaurant, and then our not as well known but excellent cafe, which is special for breakfast. It's one of the few breakfast places you can actually be out on the beach on a covered patio. So they do a great job with that. Actually have a new menu rolling out next week that includes breakfast pizza and shrimp and grits, which I tested this weekend. Came out pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, I like shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
Very good. And, of course, Treasure Island is just known for being such a nice walkable community from our mile-long beach trail and back. All the restaurants right across the street, everywhere from pizza to gourmet and Greek. It's just really across the board what you can get here.
Yeah, I love it. I love visiting down there. It's great for family. It's great for weddings, for vacations, staycations, business trips. You guys have conference room space there, too?
We sure do. We've got actually quite a few holiday parties coming up right now, and had a wedding this weekend, another one coming up next weekend. You can even use that cafe for a wedding if someone chooses to. It's pretty popular for the beachfront look there, and lots of conferences coming up for next year, but there's lots of great dates still available. We can do from 10 people board meetings up to 200 in a theater style. So it's whatever size group it is. We customize everything. There's no preset cookie-cutter menus or anything. We work with them and find out what's right for the group and right dates and the right rates.
And if you just joined us, I'm talking with Clyde Smith. He's the general manager of the Bilmar Beach Resort on beautiful Gulf Boulevard and Treasure Island, 10650 Gulf Boulevard, Treasure Island. And Clyde, are you seeing more and more families enjoying? Is it just kind of a mixed crowd? Who's coming to hang out down there?
This time of year with school still in, of course, we had great family fun over the Thanksgiving week. That's always returning families for the most part, and then couples. For the rest of this season, it's going to be more couples of all ages, and then the families will come once we get towards the Christmas time. That's where we ramp up our Christmas activities. Decorating's done. It's absolutely gorgeous. We have Mary Lou, I call her VP of Visual Effects. She's actually our housekeeping manager that also does grounds and decorating, and it's a really neat time of year. We don't overdo it, but I think it's tastefully very nice and beachy.
Yeah.
And Christmas Day, we're actually going to have two bands on Christmas Day, really make it more of a family event. So we're looking forward to that. We have Mark Hughes coming in, and then the evening a different band, Scarlet Moon. And then on New Year's Eve, we're going to be throwing a New Year's Eve party in Sloppy Joe's so people can get their Key West theme on and come on over.
Nice. Yeah, I'm thinking about the New Year's myself. That'll be a good time down there. Think about bringing the family down.
We have some rooms available, Gulfront rooms, suites. Even I think we have one of our penthouses of the 3 still open.
Nice.
So that can make for a special way to ring it in.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. And just I love the ability just to wake up early in the morning. If you're an early morning person, get that beach jog in. You've got the opportunity to jog the beaches, bike riding, and you have a lot of amenities there as well.
Yep, we do. Bicycle uses come with every amenity. It's a little chilly for me this time of year, but you can also paddleboard and kayak, so there's still some brave souls down there. I've got my southern roots showing when I don't get in the water right now, but it's absolutely gorgeous. And you have Turbo down there with the beach chairs and the cabanas. It's really a good time, and even more amenities coming. Right now, you get a scooter for 2 hours still, one scooter ride from a company that's doing some scooter and some scavenger hunt activities around the community.
Yeah, and you know what's cool about the St. Pete area too, Treasure Island, Clearwater, is that you have you don't have to Uber there now. You have the free beach ride. So if you want to go take in a movie or something different, you can jump in and call that free beach ride up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is. It runs north and south from Paso Grill all the way up to Madeira Beach, and it's just a great way not to deal with parking or anything. And they love to work for tips, but all the rest is taken care of. And it's a great way. Fewer and fewer cars coming over the bridge, which is good for all of us. Parking's a little tough on the beach sometimes.
And they're super nice too. The drivers. I remember I had my daughter with me last time, and we were craving ice cream, and we went to 2 or 3 different ice cream places, and finally the 3rd or 4th one hit. And he said, so how many drivers would do that, right? We got to had to get our ice cream fix on, but they're super nice. And we're talking with Clyde Smith, general manager of the Bilmar Beach Resort, and Clyde, you famously coined it as a 2-beer beach. I mean, the beach is huge over there.
It is a huge beach, and the city does a great job keeping it raked up, but, it's deep, which is why the festivals work so well. it's a really good time. You have plenty of room for kite flying. We have the kite festival twice a year. I get out there with my own sometimes, and no risk of hitting the family sitting down there. There's plenty of space, and it's just beautiful. We love being here, and we love to have our visitors come and appreciate it with us.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for calling in, giving us that beach update. We appreciate it. And we want you reaching out to the Bilmar Beach Resort, Clyde Smith, general manager. Book directly, right, Clyde? Don't book online.
Yeah, please do. You can look online, thebilmarbeachresort.com, or give us a call. We'll find out what your needs are and help you pick the best room to meet those. And it's definitely the best value. Right now, of course, we have our both county for Pinellas and Hillsborough, but also even the state resident rate, better than anything you're going to find on any other online shopping service.
Yeah.
So thanks for pointing that out, Brandon.
Absolutely, my pleasure. All right, Clyde, we'll let you run, and thanks so much for calling in. We appreciate it, and awesome. Have a wonderful time.
Thanks for having me. Have a great day, everyone.
My pleasure.
Take care.
All right, more from Tina Russell in studio, Jessica Russell as well here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and later we have our feel-good story of the day. Richard Sherman, you may know him from the NFL football. He's a defensive back with the San Francisco 49ers. Paid off a lot of debt for these kids at their lunch line debts, that is, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and our feel-good story of the day. We'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Dancing with the Stars.
62 who knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill. But actually, it's our 39th week. 62 who knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore.
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple of years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and made
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left-hand white, and then they catch the left-hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
As your super connector, we want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. We've got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. Buying, selling, and investing. We would love to talk to you, help you get a lot of additional exposure outside of the basic and normal marketing that you find out there. We feature our listings right here on radio and TV. We've got a property here at 1100 South Myrtle Avenue in Clearwater. This is a perfect opportunity. Attention business owners, developers, could be attorneys, CPAs, financial advisor, whoever wants to have their own building and stop paying rent. Here's a property that you've got. It's over 200 feet deep. I think it's about 175 across the front, right on Myrtle Avenue in Clearwater, right close to downtown. And if you look at the drone photography compliments again of Fabre Frameworks, you see the intercoastal waterways, the Gulf of Mexico out there, and it's a great opportunity. 1100 South Myrtle Avenue in Clearwater to build. Now there are buildings on site, but there's not much value in those buildings. It's more of a dilapidated structure that is there. It used to be a restaurant, so there was a restaurant right there, a Mexican restaurant. So great opportunity for the entrepreneurs out there at 1100 South Myrtle Avenue. We also have 706 Wellington Court in Oldsmar. The Wellington Court property, its owner is motivated. We just did another price reduction. I believe it's at around $469 is the asking price for this large Oldsmar home. Yes. Great price. Solar on the roof. Bonus room inside. Wellington Court in Oldsmar. 4 bedrooms. You got 4 bathrooms, 3-car garage. And Tina, you helped us out with that one. Would you like to describe that one a little bit on the interior?
Yeah, that was absolutely a beautiful home, first and foremost. As soon as you walk in, it's just stunning floors, the deep dark wood floors, very airy, open. You have the bedrooms on the lower level, and then upstairs you have a large bonus room with a theater room for entertainment for the kids or guests. It's just absolutely a beautiful home, and especially for the money and the square footage, I can honestly say.
Yeah, it's super awesome. So you got the great opportunity to buy right there in Oldsmar. So buying, selling, or investing, we'd love to talk to you. We got veteran, first responders, military discounts as well with the Consumer Quarterback Show. We do a lot for our veterans here in the community, and we want you to save the date. Reminder again, save the date, Wednesday, January 8th. We're doing a benefit for the wounded warriors here in the Tampa Bay area. Ken Shamrock's going to be in town, UFC Hall of Famer, WWF legend, also Tampa's own Antonio Tarver, 5-time world boxing champion, going to be on site as well. Business networking opportunities, sponsorships available as well. The location is to be determined. We think it's going to be in Clearwater. We'll let you know about that, but just save the date, Wednesday, January 8th. Lock that in your calendar. Something like 6 to 9 p.m. In the evening. We're going to have an awesome event, so we'll be stay tuned on that. This segment is brought to you by Taps Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Taps Restaurant. It's a gastro burger bar and gastro pub here in Tampa. It's at their International Plaza, West Shore Boulevard. They've got awesome specials going on, happy hours after 2 p.m. as well, and they've got an outdoor patio that provides seating where your dogs are welcome. So yes, you can bring your furry friends to Taps Burger Bar and Gastro Pub right here in Tampa Bay. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're back here in studio. Tina Russell's in the house, Envisionit Home Staging, and now we're going to talk with Jessica Russell, Gifted Eye Design, and we talk a lot about web design, video content, creating that content, marketing, Instagram followers, lots of ways that you can help our listeners out there.
Yeah, so it's really important, especially if you have a property listing, VRBOs, that you utilize social media to promote that. And, so that you can attract new renters or potential clients and buyers, and to collect even reviews as well. It's really good because that builds your credibility. And it also encourages word of mouth promotion, which is really awesome. And it's really important to also present yourself really good online. So making sure that the pictures that you have, that they're quality, taken by a professional photographer, and also making sure that your pictures match with your property listing and description. It's very important to be promoting your honesty in each listing.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of ways that you can promote your businesses, your vacation rentals, your nonprofit organization. And I think sometimes too many people, they try to do it on the cheap. You know, we had Fabre Frameworks on the show yesterday, and they were talking about some of the statistics showing that just the cell phone pictures versus the professionally edited pictures. So it really makes a difference, and people can see it more and more now than ever.
Yeah, and it does attract more people to want to come to the property, the listing, and it also builds your credibility too. So whether you're an organization or any business area, any area field that you're in, it's really important that you have that high, strong visual appeal, because we live in a generation that is based on visual appeal.
Sure.
And so people will easily lose interest once, you know, if you don't have those professional photos, or if even the way your website is built, the way that it looks, it's very important. But also functionality is very important, making it really easy to navigate through, and so that people won't just click off your website because, oh, well, it's not organized the way that it needs to be organized.
Sure.
And, you know, all that important stuff.
Yeah, organization, simplicity sells. You know, the complexity repels. It's going to keep people from visiting their site. Your bounce rate, right? It's like it's called a bounce rate, right?
It is. It definitely is. Like, I've worked with several clients, you know, who understood. They're like, okay, I really need my website to look organized. It needs to not only have that design factor, but it needs to be functional, because a lot of people already do understand that, but they don't necessarily know how to get that job done. So, one of the things that is really important is making sure it's really crucial to organize all your information where they can find it in the right places, whether your navigation needs to be very easy, very clear to read and understand, where if they click on it, that they're going to find exactly what they're expecting. That's also really important too. And making sure that your website is also mobile friendly too, because most of the time when people visit your website, if it's not mobile friendly, the layout's not going to look right. It's going to look disorganized, misplaced, and people are easily going to be turned off by it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're seeing different ways to deliver content as well through all the different platforms. Podcasting is so huge now as well. So there's lots of ways that you can, you know, grab the information, get the information out to people, but it all starts with a professional look. The brand, you know, what is your brand going to be about? You know, give me that picture of, you know, hey, this picture says something to me. You know, it's something that really speaks to people.
Right, that's so true, especially when it comes to branding and logo design, because, you know, you have to make sure that your logo is very attractive, because it speaks your brand. It tells that person everything about yourself and your business and what you're showing. So making sure that you also have the right colors to go with your brand and who you are, and also just having that well-formatted content on your website to go with that branding, because if you have that professional logo, you'll attract people to gain more interest. But then if your website doesn't go along with your logo, then they're going to easily be turned off. So it's important that they're working hand in hand with each other.
Yeah. If you just joined us, Brandon Rhymes here. We're talking with Jessica Russell, Gifted Eye Design, and she can help with all types of different marketing, doing videos, doing the web design, and lots of ways that, you know, she can help you right here. I always talk about supporting local economy, the local companies here. She's based in Tampa Bay, and setting up a consultation is real simple. Let's do a text offer as well. If you want to, you know, have a consultation, maybe just text marketing to 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline number. Reach out, text marketing, and we'll put you in touch with Jessica, and she's going to be able to sit down with you, do a consultation, and sit down and meet up and have a coffee, or, you know, whatever type. Talk through that consultation approach. How would that look like?
Yeah, so most of the time, you know, whether that's an in-person consultation or we do Zoom meetings or even phone calls, because some clients aren't, they're not able to actually meet physically in person. But most of the time, right upon consultation, I like to get to know who this person is, more about themselves personally, but importantly also in their business, and what is it that they're really trying to offer. What are their goals in business, and I want to help to really reach those goals. So let's say they have an e-commerce company, they sell a bunch of products, to even real estate brokers who want to have a website. It's really important to really understand who they are, so that, and to understand their personal goals and business goals, so that I can help them reach what they're needing to reach, whether that's through marketing or just the design part of the website, or even just the functionality.
Yeah, and the important. Let's talk a little bit too about the importance of putting out good content. For example, we started the quarterback show here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, almost 7 years ago, and we're constantly putting out content. We're giving our on-air expert contributors an opportunity to look in the camera there and create their weekly or monthly message and update that message. So content really is king, right?
Yeah, content is very important, especially because whatever it is that you're offering, it's really important to stay consistent. Because the moment that you're not being consistent in what you're offering people, you're going to lose that interest, less and less exposure, less followers. But you can be very creative in how you share your content, whether that's through videos and just being really compelling in your videos, whether you're encouraging people to engage, you're doing shout outs. Even on Instagram, they call like Instagram story takeovers, where you're encouraging even your partners to take over your story for a day or for one time, just to gain that more exposure, because some people, they'll be bringing audiences that you may not have. And so that's also really important, just doing those story takeovers even for your own business.
Cross-pollination is like a bee out there flying from one flower to the next, right? It's like, the cross-pollination, and you see a lot of different folks, like we've had Grant Cardone on the show, who knows how many hundreds of thousands of followers he has now, right? But you have him playing ball with Gary Vaynerchuk, the other number one internet social media marketing type guru, written many books on it. So that's really key. Like, you have different businesses that might be complementary to yours. That's where, as a real estate agent, you might have a real estate attorney on the show, interior design experts, home staging experts. That's the thing. You want to think outside the box and constantly be putting out quality content. That's going to help you get to where you want to be.
Yeah, it's really great when you're working as a team and you're all coming together, like just what you guys are doing. You're all coming together and just bringing that quality content to get people to really engage and to really want to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, good stuff. Got Jessica Russell in the house, Gifted Eye Design. Give me the website again, Jess.
GiftedEyeDesign.com.
GiftedEyeDesign.com. Also, Tina Russell here. When we come back, more from our expert contributors in studio, plus our feel-good story of the day. Richard Sherman, NFL defensive back, surprises middle school with check to clear all student lunch debt. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Danger Real Star.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill, but actually it's our 39th week. 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore. Ask an attorney about Florida law.
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards and made
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination.
Well, that's kind
As your super connector, we want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that name because You were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as sisters connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. This segment is brought to you by Envisionit Medical Institute. Over 10 years in the business, they successfully treated over 40,000 patients, and they are the leading experts in bio-natural hormone replacement therapy, serving the greater Tampa, Florida area, right here on West Shore Boulevard, close to our broadcast at Salem Media Group. Hormone therapy at Envisionit Medical. Over 10 years in the business, they offer low T therapy, weight loss plans, cosmetic services like Botox, improved sexual wellness, increased energy, and I just heard they're bringing in stem cells as well. So they've got stem cells coming as well to Envisionit Medical Institute. Check them out online, infinitymedicalinstitute.com. Now, make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 1715 Northwest Shore Boulevard in Tampa, 813-871-2929. 871-2929. infinitymedicalinstitute.com. All right, every day we're going to tell you something positive in our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
Oh, we got Richard Sherman. He's a defensive back in the NFL. Played for the Seattle Seahawks, and now he's currently with the San Francisco 49ers. But he paid off thousands of dollars in student school lunch debt for students at a local public school. Sherman walked into Cabrillo Middle School in Santa Clara, California, and handed to the principal a personal check for $7,491 to clear the cafeteria's outstanding bill. Principal Stan Gerber posted the news on the school's website. Richard's gesture created such goodwill for the 49ers that they went on to sack Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers the next day on national TV by a score of 37-8. Gerber wrote on the Go 49ers, Go Richard Sherman. And this is not the first time he paid for the school debt. There's also, he wrote a check for $20,000 to Tacoma Public School in Tacoma, Washington to relieve their student lunch debt, according to a press release issued by the NFLPA. So pretty cool story there. Athletes giving back and doing some good in the community there. That's pretty awesome. We always like that. We like to hear that. We got Tina Russell in the house, Envisionit Home Staging, and also Jessica Russell, Gifted Eye Design. We're going to be jumping into our lightning round. But before we do, I want to let you know about a couple of hot properties that we have listed here with the Consumer Quarterback Show and the Platinum MVP team here in Tampa Bay. We've got a property at 861 Mandalay Avenue on Clearwater Beach. This property is a gorgeous beach home. It's got a cool patio area in between the two structures, and it's 200 steps from the sugar sand beaches of North Clearwater Beach. Huge master suite as well. The suite is upstairs, a large suite with a closet and laundry right off of it as well, and has a third bedroom in the back. It's a third bedroom, but you can't count it because MLS rules say it have to have a closet to be counted as a bedroom. But 861 Mandalay Avenue, priced at $699,000. Great opportunity to own a beach property in the same neighborhood as Hulk Hogan lives on the beach there. You've got the CEO of Spanx, so you're surrounded by some local Tampa Bay celebrities there as well. Also, 4348 Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. This is a $2 million listing of mine. Great opportunity to own a large palace right on the Gulf of Mexico. 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. You've got two security gates before you get to the property. You got your own private boat dock, pool, and over 6,600 square feet of living area here at 4348 Harbor Point Drive, Port Richey. Check out all of our real estate listings at PlatinumMVPTeam.com.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right, Jessica Russell, Tina Russell here in studio. Let's jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning round.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Tina Russell, Envisionit home staging.
Yes. Well, if you're looking to sell your home, maybe beginning in January, you want to start decluttering now, depersonalizing now, just getting ready, so that it won't be so overwhelming in the new year. So it does take, a little bit of time to do those little steps that mean the world of difference.
Big time, big time. Jessica Russell, Gifted Eye Design.
Awesome. It's really important to stay consistent on your social media, big must, and come up with really creative ways to engage with your audience on social media. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting in the goal setting age here. We're starting to think about goal setting, and a lot of times I think about the travels and trips I've done with Tony Robbins' Business Mastery course in Namale, Fiji. I walked on fire in Orlando.
Wow.
But it's that time of year where we're starting to do the goal setting. So I'll throw something in here. Let's throw something, talk about, something that we all have in our brains that we don't realize. So what if I told you that you had a reticular activation system in your brain, right? A lot of people don't realize it. But, we've got a graphic here as well, goal setting now. So when you look at the goal setting now, this is from Jay Papazan and Gary Keller. It says, everybody has that someday goal. And then if you break that down, you got a 5-year goal, right? And then you break the 5-year goal down. It's a 1-year goal, a monthly goal, a weekly goal, a daily goal, and a right now goal. So how do you keep what you want at the forefront of your mind? There's something in your brain called the reticular activation system. And it's the same thing that works. We've all heard this story. You probably heard these different types of stories, but you buy the new car, and now you see that new car on the road all the time, right? Was that new car there already?
Right.
Yes, it was already there, but you didn't recognize it as much because your brain didn't think it really mattered to you. Same thing with that new jacket or that new shirt, right? You see those things out. So there's something in our brain called the reticular activation system that can be programmed, and you can program it to what you want to attract in your life. And too many times, so many people are attracting what they don't want.
Yes.
Or there's constantly saying things like, oh, I'm not good at math, or I'm not good at remembering names, or I can never do that. So they're programming their minds in the wrong way, unknowingly in many cases. They don't know that they're doing it. So the old term, too, we've heard this one that says, fake it till you make it. The reason why that actually works is because you can trick your subconscious mind. It's something we have two different operating systems, the reticular activation system in the brain, the subconscious mind, and then we also have our daily, operating system. So when you're driving down the road sometimes I'm like, I get a little distracted with other things. I'm like, wait, who was driving the car that whole time? You're thinking about things.
So true.
Or you're kind of going on this trip, but you're constantly, your mind is constantly doing what it needs to do. And if it sees the car brake in front of you, it'll brake. So whatever is occupying your thoughts is going to be at the forefront, and it's going to either lead to failure or success. So this is the time of year when most people get real serious about reprogramming, and they're setting these new goals. The key is you have to write down the goals. You literally have to write them down, because there's something magical that happens, when you bring it from your brain, you bring it onto the paper with the pen or a piece of or writing utensil, or typing them out. Typing them out, I don't think works as well as physically writing them, hand writing them down. I think that works better. So those are a couple of tips, and hopefully you'll make this 2020, can you believe, a new decade?
I know,
we're starting a new
crazy.
Decade here coming up soon.
People even talk about it in that manner, a new decade, not a new year. It's a new decade.
That's right.
To think 10 years out, where do you want to be? So I love what you're saying here today, because that's exactly what we're doing. Vision planning and strategies are very important.
Carry them with you. I've heard stories of people carrying a marble in their pocket. Every time they touch that marble in their pocket, they remind themselves, oh, that's my trigger to remember my goals. There's a lot of tricks that work for people.
For us, we have in our sunroom, I have a humongous sticky note on the wall. Because the Word of God, I'm a believer in Christ, and the Word of God states that write the vision, make it plain, and those who read it will run with it.
I like it.
And so many times I have to, even though I am a visionary, I have a lot of vision in me, but I have to refer to that. I have to look to make sure I stand point, like you just listed, day to day, because it's really easy to just get lost, if we don't keep something, right in front of us to stay focused.
To fortify us.
Yes.
Because there's going to be times when you're told no,
right.
you get,
all
especially
the
when
rejection,
you're...
delays, denials, whatever it may be, you've got to stay encouraged. And
there's numerous places in the Bible where it talks about that. It's very biblical. It's escaping my mind right now, but one of the famous ones is something to the effect that if you see it, you can believe it, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
Those are the things. And I think it's Paul that said, as a man thinketh, or so shall he be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
There was one in there.
So easy.
So there's a lot of those things, because I think the key is our mind.
Yes,
it
is.
starts
it
in the mind.
Be renewed.
Yep.
It has to be renewed, and that's why I support your show, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're educating people, and you're flipping mindsets, you know, and you're also challenging them, and also giving them the tools to achieve the goals, you know.
Yes.
And you really don't know how much you're influencing. You know what I mean? I mean,
Sure.
you really don't know, but one day you will know, and you are seeing the results now as
That's right.
you're gaining a broader audience, you
That's
know,
right.
and also how it's impacted, our businesses as well. So we do thank God for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's really key this time of year to stay focused on those goals. Reminder that the power of focus. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. I catch myself sometimes.
I love that. So
even
true.
if it's even if it's something that I'm scrolling on Facebook, or a TV show that I might have tuned in, I'm like, this is not serving me. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Focus. Get back to what really matters. Something that's educational. Something that's going to move you forward. So hey, another great show today. I want to thank Tina Russell, Jessica Russell here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, our team of producers, Rob, James, Yehudi, everybody. Thanks for all your help. We want our listeners out there to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.